Hi guys, this is Coach Desmond here. This channel is all about floorball. It's all about the skills, the tactics, the fitness and the fun. Today's topic is about foul or play on. We've all been through that particular game where certain calls can be a foul, certain calls can be just play on by the referees. So what exactly is considered a foul and what exactly considered play on? So this is how it goes. I'll pose a question, a scenario, after which I'll give you about 5 seconds to think about it for an answer. Thereafter, I'll give you my answer and the reason behind it. Just a disclaimer, answers can be very subjective. What I feel might be a foul or play on might be the opposite for you. Now, we are actually very open to comments down in the comment section for more in-depth discussion. So feel free to drop in any comments if you disagree or agree with any of the scenarios and answers that we provide. Alright, cut the chase, let's get on to it. Topic number 1, which is about heading of the ball. Now, this is the first scenario, right? You're playing the game, there's a long ball that's coming towards you. You look at the ball, right up in the air. At that moment, you froze for a second and the ball hits your head. Alright, for the heading of the ball, the rule states that a player cannot head the ball in the game. Now, based on the scenario, it was very clear that you had eyes on the ball, you saw the ball, and it clearly hits your head. Now, in that instance, it is considered a foul. It is considered a foul. Now, you might argue to say that, oh, I just froze and did not know what to do. But however, the counter argument is in any normal circumstances, any other player would have gotten away and do something else instead of freezing on the spot and hit the ball. And therefore, my answer is foul. Scenario number 2. Now your opponents take a shot. Your defender managed to block. It deflected up in the air. At that moment of time, you just lost track of the ball. You look to the left, you look to the right, you look up in the sky. You have no single clue where the ball is, and at a split second, the ball just it hits your head. Now, for this scenario, my answers would be play on. Just carry on. Why? 2 simple reasons. Number 1, you had no idea where the ball was. Number 2, there was clear intention for you to actively search where the ball is in the first place. Any other referee should have just let it play on. Okay, it would be very unfair to count it as a foul. And yeah, like I said, this is subjective. I feel it is play on. Let's go to topic number 2, and this time we're going to talk about goalie stroke. A very common scenario, the goalie make a save, he get the ball, he took a few steps forward, and he do a long throw. Right, by making a long throw down, it hits right smack in the mid-court line and it bounces off before your player gets it. With that, I would say play on. Play on, man, because for a very simple fact, the mid-court line is also part of the distance that is being allowed. Now, should the ball hit past the mid-court line, that would be a foul and there will be a turnover for free hit to the other team. Now, the next scenario is a bit tricky. This is the goalie, he just made a save. While you are just 4 meters away from him and you're away from the goalie box. Now he stood up, he approaches 2 meters in front, you stood still at the point of time he made his goalie throw and it accidentally or it hits your body. Now for this scenario, it sounds a bit tricky. The goalie, upon taking a throw, he should be about 2 meters away from the player, and it was very clearly stated that in the scenario the player did not move. Now, however, the rule states the distance should be 3 meters away and it counts as per when the goalie made the save. Now, so when the goalie made the save, he was 4 meters away from the player and the player was outside the box, and therefore the distance was 4 meters. Now, by the fact that the goalkeeper stood up and walked 2 meters towards or rather forward towards the player and hit a throw and hits the player, it does not count as a foul. Now with that, my answer is play on. It does not count as a foul. Topic number 3. And this time we'll talk about shoulder to shoulder. In scenario number 1, you and your opponents both are chasing a 50-50 ball in front of you. You're chasing them hard, eyes on the ball. As you close in towards the ball, shoulders to shoulders, and you hit against each other. Too bad, you flew off. Now for the shoulder to shoulder charge, where both players had eyes on the ball. Alright, with both players eyes on the ball and they're running towards the ball, shoulder to shoulder charge, that is considered a very fair challenge in floorball. And with you flying off the boards, it's just a very simple fact, you are just weaker than the other player. With that, in normal circumstances, any referees will count it as play on. Now the next scenario is this. Now you have the ball possession, dribbling down the boards. Right behind you is your opponent that's chasing after you. He came towards you, shoulder to shoulder charge onto you and flew against the boards. What about that? For this last scenario, okay, it is a very clear foul. There's simply no arguments. It is a foul. Player had clear intentions to take you out, and with their intentions, it was a very clear indication that he's out to injure and not just to get the ball. That is a very clear foul, and if the circumstances is a lot more worse, the foul will extend up to a possible 5-minute penalty, or in the worst case scenario, a red card for the player that considered that particular foul. Please do not be confused, and do note when it is legal and fair to have a good shoulder-to-shoulder charge, and when it is not legal to shoulder-to-shoulder charge. Alright, the very key indication is the eyes on the ball. If both players or that particular player had eyes on the ball, point is on the ball possession. Okay, whether it's a 50-50 ball or whether a particular player had the ball already. And most importantly, the intention when the player made that shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Was it really for the ball or for the player? Now, if it's for the player, then it's a very clear indication that that's a foul. Now, do you find it interesting? Did any of the questions or scenarios get you confused, or were you actually very firm affirmative towards your answers and were similar with me? Now on the other hand, were there any other discussing points that you think that should have been discussed about? If you think there is, do drop it in the comment section. Now I'll look forward to you in the next video. Do check it over on that side.